Welcome to the Cape Computer Science Unit 1 IA walkthrough. This video is part of a series of 7 videos, I think, that will give you a full start to finish walkthrough of what the Computer Science Unit 1 IA is supposed to look like, giving you examples, working on the code, showing you the documentation, and giving you all the little tips and tricks in between about how you should approach your IA. So I hope you learned something, but just remember, I'm not a teacher. Whatever your teacher decides to tell you to do, follow what your teacher says. This is for people who don't have teachers, if your teacher's sick, or you're doing it on your own, right? So, enjoy! Time for the final video of this series, for the Unit 1 part, the Unit 2. Unit 2 will be a lot shorter because we have most of the code already, so I'll just be updating the code a little bit. But yeah, so this is the final part of the Unit 1, where we are on to overall presentation and technical documentation, which is 5, 6, 7, 9. Oh, that's a lot of marks, but 8 marks to work for. This is where we seal the deal. So in the last video, we did the test plan, and the test plan is there. It's clear. We did all that. Now we're moving on to documentation. But there is a part that says appropriate cover page, use of table of contents, sequencing and document is easy to follow. So I am going to go back up to the table of contents and just make sure that I update it. So update. Right. Once the document is well laid out with a table of contents like this, you win in that life. So you have a cover page is there, your table of contents. It starts now. Take the table of contents and change it to title. Don't put it as heading 1, because if you put it as heading 1, it'll come up in the table of contents as a page number. So we'll put in that. I changed the view from page view to from print layout to this page view. So what did I have to do? Right. So we have to put in page numbers at the bottom. So let's put in page numbers. Why not? Insert page numbers at the bottom right hand side. Alright, so I'll tab it. Okay, I'll align it right. Right, to the page number there. Right, do we need to have a heading? No, we don't need to have a heading. We just put the cover page, right. So the page numbers inside, problem definition, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, narrative, pseudocode, comments that are included, selection and justification of file structure, description of inputs, data structures used, structural programming concepts. Remember, all of those things we filled out with information so that the examiner knows. We know what's supposed to get the marks. And because we know what is supposed to get the marks, we will put anything for the marks. Coding of program, we have commentary function, comments for loops and control structures, code lines up with algorithm, comments in the files used. Right, all of that we put in there because we know that that's what the marks are for. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't recopy the code. So I'm going to recopy the code because we added in a whole set of tests. And because we added in all of those tests, we need to put in the code properly. So where is all the code? Oh, the code is above, right? Add coding for program. Coding for program. When you have code in a program, yeah, you basically want to recopy everything from here all the way down to. Well, I'm going to recopy everything because I made some changes. But also I needed to pay attention to something too. We made some changes, and because of those changes, oh wow, yeah, I need to reformat the code because it's coming out black. Alright, so you have to go back to this code blocks extension and just kind of reset the code. The layout. After you fill out all the information, so after you go through all the code and whatnot, just remember you have to recopy this code back in And you have to go and make sure that your pseudocode matches up to the changes that you made in your in the code, because we put in some tests and all of those tests now need to be reflected in the pseudocode. So please be aware of that. Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is future me talking to you while you're watching this, and if you are struggling with a certain part of your IA or you just need some way to check over your IA, we do personal one-on-one IA classes. So if you want your IA to get a check over, just to make sure you have all the requirements on the marks, makeITsimpleTT.com/register. Okay, cool, back to the video. Okay, so the formatting is done. So I'm going to double check now where I put in those tests. Where did I put in the tests? I put in the test for the data from the file being read properly. Okay, so I'm going back to the pseudocode, and where I have the read file, did I have the password function before the read data function? Password, then read data. Okay. Alright, so we want to go to the read data here. Read data open it. Start. We basically need to put in an F here to say if input file equal null print. The file is empty or not, or does not exist. And then we do the else, and then we do the while and the fact. I'm just going to change back this view from print layout to join it so I could see everything. Right, so update the pseudocode for that. What else did we change? We changed some stuff. You want to make sure the pseudocode always matches up, because if it's not matching up, you're screwed. The data from the file is read properly. Did I put that in? Data has been read successfully. Yeah. Right. Welcome function, nothing there. The menu apart if by choice. So when I read the choice, menu, read choice. If choice is less than 0 or choice is greater than, after take out the remove patient. Ooh, what I was doing this time. 3, 4, 5, right there. If choice is less than 0 or choice is greater than 5, print please enter a valid choice, and then call back the menu. As return choice. All right, cool. All right, we made that change. Did we make any other changes? Any other error messages? We had a error message for the add patient, which is the making the choice. Add patient. We will say if P actual size if P actual size at start is less than 1 or P actual size at start is greater than 3. Print. Please enter a valid status. And then we read our status. Read status. Yeah, that's all. No, while. Yeah, so it's a while part. So we had the while there. Sorted out that. Did we put any other error checking inside? No, the update patient was there, the search patient was there, the print info. Or we put in if the index is -1 in print info. This is just what you should do. You should really check over, make sure your algorithm matching up to your code, because you don't want to lose marks so stupid just because you didn't check back. Print info to the screen, variable start, beginner index. So we start, we'll say this is a simple if else. If index is equal to -1, patient doesn't exist. Else print all of this, yeah. Alright, any other test that we put in? Did we put in any other test? Nope, all the other tests were there from before. Alright, good. So we have started to make sure that we do the sequencing is easy to follow. We double check that, That's good. The table of contents updated, sequencing needs to follow. We update the table of contents. Okay, good. So now that we have this table of contents laid out like properly, now we could go into the documentation, which is the last part. Documentation is really easy. System architecture is like a diagram that will lay out how the system is working. So it's basically an IPU diagram you're putting in. So I have a sample one here, and I'm going to make a copy of it for the real one. All right, so for this program, the inputs we have will be patients.txt. We don't have any other input file, and we have patients.txt. Oh no, yeah. And then we have the user inputs for options. The processes we have a lot of processes. So I'm going to list out all of the functions. They have menu, they have add patient, update patient, search for patient, print patient, update critical patient. Yeah, those are the processes we have. And then while the storage, we use a data structure called P max size. And the outputs, we have critical patients at TXT. Output, these screen outputs. Trinidad results of process output. Okay. All right. So watch carefully what the syllabus requires, right? Presents a system architecture that shows clearly defined input, output, processing, and storage points. Or system architecture is not clearly defined. So we clearly showing the inputs, the outputs, the processing, and storage points. Anytime you see system architecture, you're basically using a diagram. Because system architecture there is a diagram, essentially. And then we have to put our system, or it's not clearly defined, you get 1 mark for it. Now, all this clearly defined because the same functions that we use in the code, we match up with that. Now, this is internal documentation, so you could put the function names and whatnot, because it's supposed to be read by a technical person. Yeah. Guidelines for updating the programs and data in the program is used, right, over extended period of time. So we'll save this and this document, this will stay inside there. Let me just change this one here to red so that you all will know that this is a change everything to red. Control A. Text to red. Nice, right, yeah, so the red one there as an example, this one here is the real one. Alright, so the processes will be input like that, yeah, right, good. So now guidelines for updating data. We want to basically says when updating text files, ensure you use spaces to separate the groups of data. 1 character return, example, all data must have no spaces. Example, hyphenated names should not have any spaces. And even the data gets larger than the defined size, you could change the max size variable. Alright, good. So this here will be perfect. All we're basically saying is technical documentation makes it easy. Guidelines for updating programs and data as the program is used over extended period of time. We prove that, we know how to do that, and we show that we have put in a max size variable just for that reason. And we've also said that when you update any data, use hyphenated names without any spaces, because we understand that that could cause a problem when we switch it. User documentation. Yeah, on using the program, you'll be greeted a welcome screen with a password. Sorry, I'm gonna put this in bullet points. Numbers. 1. On launching the program, you will be greeted with a. Oh, let me leave this as an example. Yeah, this is the example actually. That's the example. Right, so in our actual sample, we're going to put step 1. When you start the program, you have to put in a password. The default password is 1111. You will be greeted with 5 menu options. Choose the appropriate menu and 0. When putting in status, ensure you put in 1, 2, 3 or else. The patient's file is updated when you leave the program. Patient's file report is stored in the program. How do you change crucial to critical? Great. It's stored in the program folder. Nice. Alright, that gives user documentation. It gives them what they have to do. It makes it clear to them what they have to choose, anything that they should look out for, and yeah. So user documentation, comment in a logical way, using correct grammar and appropriate jargon, right? Meaning you're not trying to make it sound too technical. You have menu options, choose 1 to 3, the patient's file will be updated, critical patient's report is stored in the program folder, the default password is 111. Yeah. You're not trying to make it sound too difficult. And after that, you hit this as spell check. But you'll get real problems with the spelling and grammar because you have code inside here. So if you go into the spelling and grammar, they will always point out print F's and all that kind of stuff being a problem with it. So you'll have to do some work to go through because they will tell you all the variables every single time. Every single time. If you see actual size and you see ignore all, you can choose ignore all one time. And just choose ignore all as much as you could. Because while you're going through the code, it will give you a lot of problems here. But you need to do the spell check because if you don't do it and you have like spelling errors and whatnot, the examiners could get vexed and take away marks, and you don't really want that in your life. You don't really want that in your life. Ooh, this is going to take a while. Oh look, I make a mistake here. It should be light. Right. And then when it's in the sees. Oh look, I make a mistake on my printer here. Wait. Am I not the code? No. Wait, you see what happened there? Inside my pseudocode I have printf, which is a problem. But I copied from it. See why I should check this out? Print. Take off the semicolons. Look, I have a semicolon up here too. it is. No, I have a printf up here too. Yeah, pay attention to that. That's very important. Yeah, so go through this detail. Ignore. Well, the code working, so we don't really have to fight too much for the code. Ignore. Yeah, every time you see the word printf, ignore all of them. Scanf, ignore all of them. Enter, I should have the word enter, yeah. Actual size, ignore all. Fprintf, ignore all. \end, ignore all. Like should be like. Use as many examples. Ignore. Change it to pseudocode. Add patient, ignore all. Program ads should display an error. Valid patient, edited screen. Option you wish to carry out. Oh, I put with twice, boy. Wow. Nice. And this document is good. Woo! How much videos? Those were 7 videos. This could be about 10 hours of content. And now you reach the end. Look at you. Right, that's the day for me, you know. This is Unit 1. So now you have a full breakdown of how to do a Unit 1 IA from start to finish, all the way from the top to the bottom. My next job is now to take this and convert it to a Unit 2 IA, which will take the same code, update it, and do all the things that the new, the other IA, the Unit 2 IA asked for. But once you do a proper Unit 1 IA, your Unit 2 IA is pretty easy. The only thing that's hard in Unit 2 IA would be the diagram part. But you won't have to worry too much about the code, because the code is just to update. So that's it for this. If you reached to this last video and you haven't watched all the previous 7 videos before this, I think it's 7 videos or maybe 6 videos, you should go back and check it. Or you could just download the app, learn it, and you will be able to see all the videos there in chronological order. And you might just see this PDF inside there. So you could scroll through the PDF and look at it at your own leisure and understand things and see things and analyze whatever you need to analyze. Because I want you to be able to do computer science well, and I want you to be able to do it well at Cape, because we need programmers in the Caribbean that could handle their business. And this is the foundation of being able to handle your business very well. So thanks for coming. There are more videos. There are all kind of other videos. If you're looking at it in the app, just go and explore through the app and you'll see a video to teach you almost anything that you need in the syllabus. And if you need classes, makeITsimpleTT.com/register. There you go. Bye-bye.